Good morning! Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So just wanted to give you some updates on our recent adventures. Probably either earlier in this video or in the previous video you had seen that we made our way over to Mesa, Verde National Park outside of Cortez, Colorado. Sorry, I'm driving right now, so I'm going to be paying attention to the road. We departed there about 2 or 3 days after that video and headed up towards Colorado, more north in Colorado, near Telluride. Well, we were greeted at our boondocking spot with a closure. So the place that we were going to camp was called Lizard Head Pass, and it was an amazing boondocking area. However, it's at 10,000 feet, and there were still snow drifts across the road, and so we were not able to stay there. It was also very muddy, so it would have been a problem probably getting rigs in and out anyway. So we ended up deciding, because we had zero cell service, just to keep driving north, and we ended up getting to Ridgway, Colorado, which we ended up staying at Ridgway State Park. We're here for 3 nights. And then we are heading on to the Lizard Head Pass direction again in order to try to find another boondocking spot. So that brings us to what's going on in this video. I am in the car. Everyone else is headed over to the hot springs for the day. So I've decided I'm going to go back towards Lizard Head and scout some boondocking spots. Our place at Ridgway State Park is beautiful, but it is about... Well, it's $41 a night for full hookups and $9 a day for state park entry fee. So we're paying $50 a night. So you've seen this channel long enough. We don't like paying for camping. So we're doing 3 and done, basically. So we are going to go find some free boondocking. We did not want to pass up the most beautiful part of Colorado that we've been through down there near Telluride and stuff. So I'm going to go today and see if I can find some new boondocking spots that may be a little bit lower in elevation and not closed, not snowy, and not muddy. So that's what we're doing today, and I'm taking you with us. So for the next segment, I figured I'd swing over here. I'm on my way to check out the other boondocking spots we're going to potentially go to. But I figured I'd show you what we would have had Lizard Head Pass been open. Yes, it's gorgeous up here. So here's the infamous road closed sign. Looks like the wind probably knocked it down. We've had some really strong winds over the last couple days, but here it is. I'll probably go ahead and set it back up before I leave. So I'm gonna head down. The first spot we're gonna check, or that I'm gonna check, is about 2 miles down the road. We'll see how it is. The ground here is not too bad, but there's snow drifts across the road up there, so we definitely can't use Lizard Head Pass yet, but I'm hoping this area right down the road might be good. It's also, we're at 10,000 feet, so it's dropped. I think it's like 39 degrees up here, so it's pretty cold. I know when we were originally going to come up here, the forecast called for evening temperatures around 26, so we got our propane filled, so we'll see what we can do. I'll take you back out here at the next stop. I'm back. I figured I'd check back in with you. Fast forward from the last segment, and we're about 3 hours later, and I am striking out. I've probably checked on 15 to 20 different boondocking spots. Some of them I had on my camping options map, and others I just checked the National Forest roads, and I don't know. There's just nothing. The spots that we could go to are too high elevation, so they're still real snowy and muddy. I got into a couple of those spots, but I was able to get out. I was checking this last one before I get close down to Ridgway, and this is off of Last Dollar Road, but it's coming in off of the west side instead of the east side, and I got to a point about 3 miles in that said, beyond this point you need 4-wheel drive, tires, and mud is super slippery. So I probably could have made it in the truck. It looked okay, but we definitely couldn't make it in the camper, pulling the camper too. So, but what is nice is I'm driving through this beautiful part of Colorado, and it almost looks like we're on the Yellowstone TV show. Let me show you. So I'm gonna head back to the homestead and at the state park and see what other options we might have. We still want to do Ouray, especially Ouray and Telluride if we can. We may end up having to go north to Montrose and do a boondocking spot there for a couple days just to be able to go down and see those two cities. But you know, we'll see. This is part of the adventure. We clearly are here a little too early in the season. It is, I think, May 11th or 12th, so most of the stuff doesn't open up till the end of May, beginning of June, as far as the National Forest stuff and the campgrounds. So that probably should have been something I checked on, and I'll definitely check on it next time to give us an indication on what the weather is like in those areas, especially if we're unfamiliar with it. Part of the complications with this area is that a lot of these are valleys, and the National Forest roads, as soon as you get off the main interstate, go straight up the side of the mountain at 45-degree climbs. I mean, it's crazy. Some of the spots I have no idea how I got them on the map, because there's no way. I wouldn't drive the truck up there, let alone the RV, and I'm usually pretty good at making sure they're big rig friendly before I put them on the map. So we'll see. But you know, it is a beautiful day. I think it's currently 55 here at this location, and we will check back in with you in the next part of this video once we have an idea of where we're going. Michelle, Norm, Sandy, Reagan, and Coral are all over. Sorry, I'm probably shaking a little bit. It's kind of bumpy. Are all over at the Hot Springs, Orvis, I think it's called, outside of Ridgeway. So I'm gonna stop and get some propane on the way back for Norm and I, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. So I decided I was going to try this one last boondocking spot as I got close to turning into Ridgeway, and it was County Road number 7 just outside Ridgeway, and I saw kind of far into the maps, I had barely any internet, so I saw that there was some National Forest land, so I decided to take it and drive out here. Well, the first 4 miles was fantastic. The last 3 was absolutely horrible. Honestly, I'd be camping here. I mean, there's no way I'd pull a camper out here. I mean, the camper would be broken. But look at this, right here by the water. Now this is a campsite. I passed probably 3 or 4 cars, but they were all small, like Subaru cars, all-wheel drive. Nobody was pulling any type of trailer. I think they're probably all tent campers, and I can't blame them. This place is gorgeous. It's the... I'll have to check back with you and put the name of the National Forest. I passed it, but it's kind of hard to pronounce. Let me go over here and see what this sign says. There's a few beautiful mountains right there too. All right, we are, I don't know, it doesn't say, it says there's dispersed camping allowed, but it doesn't say what the National Forest is called here. But yeah, so needless to say, this turned out to be a no-go for all of our rigs, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And if I was a van camper with all-wheel drive, I'd be back here all day long, especially if you had decent Starlink signal. You have no cell phone signal at all. So just one last look around, and then I'm gonna head back. I I got to break the news to the guys and gals that we're going to have to figure out some other plan. So this is Kyle checking out for right now. Good morning. New location, new backdrop, new backyard. Hartman Rocks Recreation Area just outside the city of Gunnison, Colorado. Thought I would take you on today's adventures. Nothing super exciting. I'm going to run into town. I got some errands to run, but more importantly, I'm going to go do another recon mission. I know probably right earlier in this video you saw the recon mission I did up near Lizard Head Pass and Telluride area, which was pretty unsuccessful. Well, this time I'm heading over towards a place called Taylor Park Reservoir. We're thinking about moving there mid next week, so I wanted to do some recon over there. It's only about 38 miles away, but I want to get over there and check out, make sure it's places that we can get in with the campers. As you will see here in a second, Sandy and Norm are with us here at Hartman Rocks outside Gunnison. Let me turn that around and show you. Really nice area here. They're having a big mountain bike festival and race this weekend, so it's going to be exciting to see. This is Memorial Day weekend, so hoping to see a lot of the racers, and hopefully we'll find a new location as we head over to Taylor Park Reservoir to do some recon, and we're taking you, of course, with us. Got an update for you guys. So I made it up to Taylor Lake. I'll show you that here in a minute. And I'm actually finding some boondocking spots that are going to be potentially accessible for us. Actually, they're all pretty much empty except for the one here I'll show you in a minute. The road's kind of rough, but we don't have to go very far down the road in order to find it. So I'm thinking it might suffice. But yeah, let me show you the lake up here. It's gorgeous. I'm using the Avenza app. My buddy Reagan told me about this app, and I go and I download the motor vehicle use maps for the particular national forest area, and they're free. And it really gives you a layout of where the boondocking spots potentially could be. Doesn't mean I'll be able to get to them, but in this case, I think there's probably 3 or 4 right here in this area, if not where you saw that one RV there. That place that's got like 5 fire rings, so I'm guessing that, you know, it's even though he's parked right in the center of it, it's really accessible for lots of folks. So I'm gonna go explore a few more of the other forest roads and see if I can find some other spots. So I've continued on Forest Road 742. It's all gravel or dirt, but it's actually in really good shape. But this is the kind of sign that I'm looking for. Camping limit 14 days. That must mean that this is going to be probably the main boondocking area. It looks like maybe there's some spots over here to the left. But I'm going to drive up here a little bit further. This road's in great condition, so coming down this road would not be a problem as long as I can find some boondocking spots. And again, I'm using my Avenza map. You can see it right here. And you know, I'll do some exploring and get back with you guys. So I made a turn off the main gravel road down there. I'm guessing I came from that direction down there, coming up this way, and I'd say I'm probably no more than a quarter mile to a half a mile up the road and stumbled upon this gem. Let me, you can see my truck back there. I had gone down the road a little bit further, checked some more. There wasn't any as good as this. So let me turn you around and show you what I find here. That'd be a perfect spot. Right now I'm thinking that might be at the top of my list right now. I pinned it on my Google map so that when I get back I can do a little more research on it. Only two concerns here. Number one, obviously we've got a lot of trees around us, which for part of the day means we're going to get some shade for our solar, which probably isn't that big of a deal because we don't go through a ton of solar in a day. But then secondly, I need to figure out what direction is north so that I can figure out whether or not the Starlink is going to be able to clear the tree cover. Because if I've got obstructions from the trees, I'm going to have some problems getting Starlink. So I'm going to go back out here with my compass and figure out. I believe that is north, but I'm not 100% sure. And if it is, then I might be able to still use Starlink if I park down here near the back and aim at that direction, or put it on my flagpole, which is always an option to get it a little more elevated. So I think we found a good one here, but I'm going to keep looking. Like the first part of this video where I was hunting for places in Lizard Head Pass and Telluride area. This place is absolutely loaded with amazing boondocking spots. Here's another one that I just found. And there's one just down the road from here too. I think, you know, this might be the location that we pick. Number one, it's a little bit further out here. It's very remote. There's hardly anybody out here. There is another set of campers over there, but again, we're not coming for like another week, so they might not be here when we get here. But we got a clear view clear view of the northern sky, which is great for Starlink, and it's very peaceful and beautiful out here. So thumbs up to this spot. I'm gonna mark it on the GPS and show Norm, Sandy, and Michelle when I get back. All right, errand number 1 is complete. After my recon of the boondocking spots, I stopped by Tractor Supply Company. As you guys know, it's one of my favorite stores, and picked up and refilled our propane tank. When we get up to the Taylor Lake area, there's not a whole lot up there, I don't think, other than that little general store that I originally stopped at. So yeah, filled up with the propane. Now headed over to get a few groceries over at the one and only Walmart. Actually, maybe I'm stopping at Walmart and City Market, which is a Kroger subsidiary. So that's where I'm headed now. And then off to get some water at the water spigot that they have for the public here in Gunnison, which is a huge help. So I will check back in here shortly. All right, all the grocery shopping is done, and I'm on to my next errand. For those of you who are on the road, you know sometimes it's difficult to get packages and mail delivered, but that's where I'm at now. Gunnison Shipping. So this is not an Amazon locker location, so I just had it mailed directly to Gunnison Shipping, and then there's a small fee. In this case, it's I think $3 per box. So I got a few things coming, so I don't know that they're all here, but at least one of them is, so I'm gonna go in and pick it up and give them my $3. So yeah, I picked up my one box. Part of the unforeseen frustration sometimes with Amazon, you know, I requested, or I was willing to take later delay in the shipping so that they could all come in the same box, and yet they shipped them in 3 different boxes. And today was supposed to be the arrival day for all of the items, and only one of the 3 boxes showed up. So looks like the other 2 boxes are on their way for tomorrow. Luckily, we're not leaving for a few more days, so I'm not overly concerned. We'll just swing back tomorrow or Saturday and pick them up. But again, cost you an extra $3 per box because Amazon failed to ship them all. Last stop on the errand runs today to get some potable water. Here in Gunnison, they have at the Jorgensen Park, you can see right here, baseball diamonds and everything, they have free water. And they also have a free dump in town. Originally it was at the sewage center, but that's temporarily closed and they've moved it over towards the sheriff's office or sheriff's building. So free dump, free water, can't go wrong. That's gonna be it. Probably I'm gonna fill up our water jug, and that's gonna be it for today. And hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks, folks.